Does anybody know that song? It's a great song. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the material that we have been putting out there. Now, this is what I want to do, everyone, today. So please join me on the whiteboard. We are going to remove all this clutter so we have a clean whiteboard here. Okay, and let's start the discussion. Bill, would you be kind enough to do this for us? And Cindy, too. Could you both do this for me? Bila, could you get the last five um, publications that we've done, right, on the PR calendar? Like, let's say the five most recent pieces of advocacy that has gone out into the world, okay? Bila will get the last five on. Bila, what is your primary channel to develop advocacy?
I guess Bila is lagging. Her computer
Yes.
is not really good.
I see that. Okay, interesting. I thought Bila has a Bukit Vista computer. Okay, Cindy, what is your primary channel that you get advocacy?
Instagram and LinkedIn.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and copy and paste five of the most recent Instagram and LinkedIn advocacy posts, and we'll take a look at it here.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll do. Let's see. I'll do something else that needs to be done too. Bukit Vista Hall of Fame. So I was looking at the Hall of Fame the other day, and I realized the Hall of Fame is broken. Did you realize that?
Yeah, there was a day that our website went down.
Oh no, it's not just that. It's not the website just by itself. It's also there are IGP links that point back to the Hall of Fame. There's these there's these things that don't really inspire delight actually. So let's fix them. Okay, let's see. Where do people advocate about us? Instagram. Okay, LinkedIn. Okay. What about where else? What about love? Okay, let's see if we can find any Bukit Vista
Oh
hashtag.
yeah. Where do you want me to put
Just
the
drop
post?
it, drop it up here and brainstorm ideas for speakers. I'm gonna change that section to inbox. Okay, inbox, and then let's take a look at some of the advocacy. Oh, it's tiny. You need to make it bigger. Okay, Mike Floss. Oh wow, Mike Floss. Who's Mike Floss? Okay, okay, Bukit Vista. Bukit Vista. Ooh. Okay.
Oh yeah, Bila just said that Miro and Whereby is just too heavy for her computer.
It is?
She's currently not in base right now.
Oh, okay. All right. I see. So what should we do then? It sounds like Bila needs a better computer.
I guess yes, because her computer is pretty old.
I see. Okay. All right. Let's do our best here then. So let's take a look. I guess it's just me and you then in this particular case. Let me see if I can help. Um can she come into whereby at least?
She's trying. She's currently restarting her computer.
All right. Let's see if that works then. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm actually curious. You said you're the first person that got COVID in Bali. Did someone interview you?
No. No, I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person,
Oh
but
no.
I might be one of the early people. that got it. I don't think I'm like the
Oh,
first person. I was. Is this is this Ara? Oh, okay. Not sure.
no, it's Bila.
Okay. No. Okay. Pose and bikini pictures. Yeah. My God. My God. I did not know we had so many people who are fans. So many beautiful women around the world love Bukit Vista. Did you know that, Eka? You better believe it, because there is 2,000 posts about Bukit Vista and beautiful women and handsome men and BVE talking.
60% of the posts, your own posts.
Only on this one's, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now we're getting to our own posts, but
What's your own post?
no, these are not.
They are.
This is not.
That
Oh,
is your
oh,
own
that is, yeah.
post.
Okay, all right, fair enough. It's fine. Okay, Ray White. Ray White is posting about Bukit Vista. Yeah, because we're awesome. Oh my God!
What did you just found?
I discovered that a real estate agency posts Bukit Vista. Okay, all right, that's pretty interesting. All right, let's put that there. Okay, all right. How come it is that only I'm able to upload photos? Cindy, are your photos uploading? I see that they're kind of moving kind of slowly there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and computer also uh slow.
I see. Each person to their own. Bila, do you have a Bukit Vista laptop? By the way, Bila.
I'm currently at my dorm, and then yeah, I'm not in the base, and I use my own laptop.
Oh, okay. Is there another machine at the Jogja base that you could potentially use?
I'm not sure actually. I only know that a lot of the Mac that was exists and the base is actually also broken, so I'm not sure. So
Really?
yeah, I
You mean the desktop machines or the laptop
oh
machine?
no, no, no. The laptop machine, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's unfortunate. That's what happens when loan out too many machines to interns. Okay, no more interns getting full machines anymore. No, I don't know. Maybe now that we're out of the pandemic, we can actually afford to get some more Mac gear, which is actually getting cheaper over time, surprisingly. All right, let's go ahead and take a look then at these particular stories. Please join me, everyone. Let's take a look at Made in Bounce. Okay, Made in Bounce. So I found a few of these stories, and let's go to Cindy. Cindy, how do you think we discovered these stories? Or how do we discover
I
this?
think we discovered this. Mhm.
How do we discover this Instagram profile, this Instagram photo here?
The Instagram profile from specifically for Wings or the
How
other two.
did we find this girl here? Okay, there.
Oh, through hashtag, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We found a hashtag search. So we did over here. She put body positive, curvy girls, Bukit Vista, Airbnb, comeback guest house. Okay, so that's really cool. So that's good. What does this person say actually?
Oh, it's in French, yeah.
It is in French. Very good. So this person is advocating for us in French. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
A good thing.
Right. It's a really
This
good
post
thing.
is very old.
Yep.
It's more than 2 years ago.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and here, I'm going to Google Translate this and let's take a look at what she said so that we can read the advocate story. Let's see here. So we'll use a little bit of Google Translate and pause it there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so she says, Well, I would have waited for this little break to give you a little perspective. I'm in Bali for 10 days with Ross on the program Shooting Aquatic Visit Bali, Vacants Relax. Okay, interesting. I'm very happy with this Indonesian trip with my sausage because it's her first trip outside of Europe. 2 years I already had the scoop to take him to Iceland, but last year to Mallorca. It becomes a little ritual recently. We opted for an eco voyage. We're trying to share as much travel advices for you in our stories. And for those who do not know what ecotourism is, I'm already happy to help you discover it. Bukit Vista, Airbnb, come back, guest house. Okay, now let's see. Let's see. What have we discovered here by reading her story? Let's go to Bila. Tell me what we have discovered here by being able to read this story.
I think it's possible for us to like explore more on ecotourism and then maybe find another advocate from that area.
Yes, excellent. So remember, should we speak in our own language or should we adopt the language of our advocates?
Adopt it.
Right, right. But without losing authenticity, of course, right? If we're not that thing and they, whatever call us that, then we should, we should define our brand too. Okay, this gives us some ideas now that we can put back at the very top for awareness. So let's brainstorm ideas, right? Let's take this idea and let's put it into the story. So let's talk about getting the advocate story. So join me here and let's talk about this. What can we learn from this story? So I'll put the tag over here and just tell me what can we learn from this story. Now, Bila, if your computer can't load a sticky, then just go ahead and write it in the chat, and Cindy can just copy it and put it on a post-it note for you. Okay, so try to put a sticky there and tell us what can we learn. What can we learn and apply from this story here? What can we learn? What can we apply? So I'd like to see you ladies put down your thoughts, and then I will go ahead and get a drink. I'll be right back. Okay, Cindy says we can target European people. Okay, how, Cindy? How? How are we going to target European people?
By wait, I actually have no exact idea right now how to target European people because
No?
I think right now it's not really possible to target European people, but
Yes, it
maybe in
is.
the future.
Yes, it
Because
is.
right now we're
Because
still in COVID.
no, Cindy, we're not in COVID. They have just opened up the borders, and you can fly to Bali now from anywhere in the world.
Not yet, no.
Oh, already?
You just need to
Oh my
quarantine for
god, I
3
just
days.
know. Oh.
Mm.
The balance we're gonna do.
Okay, let's take Bila's target there. Okay, let's put Bila's thoughts. Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, what else? All right, let's think about what we can do. One, have we discovered new hashtags that we can use? Okay, Bila, what new hashtags can you use specifically to target French people, you think?
Oh, wait, French people. I was
Yeah.
thinking about like if it's French people, I'm not really sure, but I think we can use the hashtag that is used by the certain person.
Okay.
But yeah, I was thinking about the hashtag was more like on the ecotourism
Okay.
things
Okay.
and
So
eco voyage. Yeah.
that's two markets, right? So what you have there, here, let me show using a diagram. This is why I like Miro, right? So give me a circle there, and then give me another circle over here. Okay, can you ladies see the circles? Oh no, I just lost my circle. Okay, let me draw another circle. Okay, that's one circle. Then copy, paste. Ah, punked. Copy, copy the circle. Oh wait, copy style. Copy style. Okay, paste. Can I paste? No. Okay, I have to draw another circle. Sorry about that. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to draw two circles, and I'm kind of failing at this. So you'll have to forgive me for a moment. So here's where circle one is, and this is perhaps circle two. Okay. All right. So in one circle we have, let's say, I don't know. You could call it. We can call it, let's say, French. Oh my God, it's so tiny. The text is incredibly small. Okay. Let's just use this. This is the French tourism in one circle, right? And we'll just kind of put that in a small little side. And then on the other side, give me a copy. Give me a copy. Yes. Okay. Over there, that's ecotourism. Okay. So there's going to be some overlap between French and ecotourism, of course, but we'll have one of each. Okay. Now let's go to Cindy. Which tags do you think will work well for French tourism? Which hashtags work well for French tourism, and then which tags work well for ecotourism?
The vacances relax.
Yes, vacances relax. That's very French. Vacances is vacation in French. So we have discovered now a tag that our French users will use to do that. Okay, all right. Let's go to the other one for ecotourism. Which one do you think will work for ecotourism?
The shooting aquatic, probably.
Okay. Shooting aquatic is a program, and it might be
Oh,
ecotourism. Okay, let's look it up. Shooting aquatic. Aquatic, okay. Okay, yep, yeah, that's fine, Bila. Okay. And what else is ecotourism? Tourism, right? It's already there. Okay, so that gives us some ideas. If we want to target, let's say, a French, or if we want to target, let's change these labels a little bit. Okay, so on the orange labels, if we want to target French tourism, we can use vacances relax. If we want to target ecotourism, we can probably use shooting aquatic or ecotourism. Okay, so our guests are helping us discover and expand this particular marketplace. Now, here's one question: did we actually even maintain this person who has mentioned us?
oh no, I don't think so.
We have not. We didn't even know that they did mention us. We didn't even say thank you, right? So that, I think, goes to already this idea of how do we maintain the advocate. And in this case, let's go to Bila. Bila, in a case where we have a nice person write about us, what do you think is a good way to maintain the advocate?
Is it for this specific one, or do you think like for the future case that we have?
Let's say for this particular person, right? So I'm going to take their
Okay.
Instagram profile and I'll put it here on Maintain the
Okay.
Advocate. Okay, what do you think we can do to maintain her advocacy?
Yeah, actually, I would like to see like whether she's still traveling right now, right? And if she is, then we can try to contact her maybe if they have any plan to Bali, and then we can try to offer her some of our property that is maybe suitable for her.
Excellent, excellent. A potential guest, a potential re-advocate. Excellent idea,
Yes.
Bila. Very, very strong intuition. So that's it. That's a way that we can approach the advocacy situation again. All right. So excellent. Very good. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other examples. Cindy, your examples have not loaded yet. Wait, one of them has Josephine, right? So I see this one with Josephine. Tell us a little bit more about Josephine, Cindy.
Josephine is our BPA talk speaker, and she also mentioned our company there.
Oh, wow. Okay. What did she talk
And
about?
sorry,
Okay, let's put her in the story, right? Where should we put this? Is this an example of distributing the story, or the story itself, or what is it showing, Cindy?
I think it's both get the advocate story and distribute the story.
Okay, let's put it in the middle then. So we'll put that right in the middle on the border between distribute and of course the actual story. Now, let's see. In what kind of story is this actually, Cindy? Is it a crucible? Is it
Um, oh, I think it's a crucible story.
right? Why?
Yeah, because she said that she had a hard time socializing in the beginning, but she transformed into a customer relation specialist right now.
Okay, great. Now we're missing a piece of information on this. So, oh, that's a great question. Let's go to
Mm,
Cindy. Please answer Bella's question? Is this something you formatted it, or did she write it herself?
no, I do not even request Jo to write this, but she write it by herself.
She wrote it by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. What influence did you have in shaping her motivation to write it herself?
Um, why? Wait, I'm actually not sure how to answer that.
Okay. Well, in the end, you probably only have a few controls, okay, in this process. You can motivate the advocate, right, by saying, "Hey, look, please write this," or you can select the advocate by picking the right person, or that's pretty much it, I guess, right? You can either select or you can persuade them. So, in this case, since you didn't need to persuade them, what do you think you did correctly?
Probably in just communicating with her because that's the only thing I do.
Okay. And you probably also selected the right person, right?
Mm.
Okay. How did you pick this person to become a speaker in the first place, Cindy?
I actually asked Kak Monik. She also mentioned Monik there. Anin Dwita Rizky Monica is a friend of Mas Gani,
Mhm.
and Mas Gani previously said that Monik can be our speaker, but Monik said that Monik refused to be our speaker. But then she recommends us Josephine and Laksi.
Oh, I see. So this is just getting lucky, yeah, from a referral
Yeah,
from a person. Okay.
some kind of referral.
Okay, got it. Let's do this. I'm looking at Josephine's LinkedIn right now, and I'm going down her activity column. So I'll share that quickly with you. Okay. And the reason I'm sharing that with you is instead of getting lucky, sometimes you can precisely pick your advocate correctly based on um, a simple question. Do they regularly advocate anybody else? Okay. So if you're going to find an advocate, it's generally better if you find somebody who is speaking well about another brand or another product or another organization, normally in their LinkedIn activity. So let's go ahead and see if Josephine acts like an advocate. Okay. So this is Josephine's recent engagements. She's liked a Moody Alfana's post. She liked this. She liked that. Oh, okay, interesting. And then she liked your stuff, I think, right? Okay, so she posted
Mm.
on yours. That's good. Oh, she posted again. Well, very good. Okay, so that's strong. That's strong. Um, okay, very good. Toxic work culture. Okay, she's into work culture. That's good. Okay, that's good. She likes this. She likes this. Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, I saw this. Did you guys ever see the Tinder swindler? Oh, that's him. Okay. Okay, she supported this. Okay, she's a really strong advocate. She's made so many engagements over the past few weeks, actually. Okay, interesting. She likes this. Okay, so what can we tell about the way that Josephine works? Let's go to Bila. What can we tell from before we even select, let's say, Josephine? In this case, we didn't expect her to even be an advocate. She's a speaker, right? But what can we expect from, let's say, looking at her history? Does she follow a pattern of strong advocacy?
Yeah, I would say that she have a very tendency to like engage in her LinkedIn activity of her followers, I think. And I think that's a good sign because someone who is actively engaged in LinkedIn are most likely actively, posting things about herself, right? Especially when they are a speaker. So I think that's a good sign of people, because like for people who don't active in Instagram, they would also Instagram, LinkedIn, they would also less likely to post something out of their own willingness, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good what is it? A sign when we are looking for someone who is a good advocate in a
Okay.
way.
All right. Bila, there is a elephant staring you right in the face right now. Let's see if you guys can see it. Cindy, do you see the most clear sign that she is a strong advocate? Cindy, it's like right there.
It's the header, like she's
Yeah.
advocating her company.
Yes, yes. I hope you guys have Bukit Vista as your cover too, as well now, right? So, anyways, all kidding aside, that is a pretty good indication that somebody has a strong tendency to advocate. If they're going to advocate the place where they currently work, then that's probably a person who will talk about other things that they feel passionate about. So, that could be a signal, right? That could go back into this process of finding the advocate. So, let's go back over to our whiteboard again and take a stronger look at it. So does that then Cindy, so do you see the point that I'm making here? It's not random. It's not, let's say, oh, Josephine just kind of did it on her own. If you're a smart PR person, you can already see that you probably selected a person who already had a tendency to advocate anyway. So let's put that into identify the advocate, because that's a pretty clear signal that she already has a strong tendency to advocate. Okay. So when you see that, you know that you're probably dealing with somebody who will likely share the material, right? Likely, share about experiences that they're passionate about. Okay, so we learned quite a lot in that, right? So we learned how to actually never forget, ladies, when somebody becomes an advocate, go and figure out why. All right, did you have anything to do with it? Okay, you might have actually accidentally discovered something that you didn't even were conscious of right at the time, but you should not go around ignorant that otherwise you're just getting lucky. So if you don't want to be lucky, you want to be precise, then go back and see, okay, what was the underlying reason? Well, what do I control? I only control who I select and who I communicate with. Okay, now let's go to Cindy. Cindy, did you communicate with the other speaker at any length in the same way or in a different way?
To our previous BPE talk speaker
No,
or
no,
the
no. We
other
had two
speaker for
speakers,
the other
right? We had
event.
two customer service speakers. Did you communicate the same way or differently to the other speaker?
The same way.
The same way. Okay. So then, did they write a post for us?
Josephine did, Laxi didn't.
Right. Okay. Let's take a look. Luxie. Does she fall into a pattern of advocacy for anything? Should we take a look? Let's go
Yeah.
and take another look. Okay. So Luxie. So let's go and see if Luxie shows any signs of advocacy. So how do I spell Luxie? Is this her? Co-founder, chairwoman,
Yeah.
person? Okay.
That's it.
All right. Let's take a
Yeah,
look.
that's her.
Okay. So kind of, yeah. Luxie seems to
Mhm.
advocate her cause. Okay. Okay. All right. Strong, strong, strong. She also has a connection base about the same. Okay. So then let's take a look and see what is good. What is good? What is good? What is good activity here? Let's take a look. Okay. Luxie likes that her friends are data scientists. She also likes that she's going to be. She liked Josephine's post, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Very good. And she likes Bukit Vista's post, and she likes all this stuff. Now, let's think smart. Okay, let's think how can we get 2 for 1 here. Now, let's go over to Bila. Bila, how can we get 2 for 1? How can we get Luxie to write an advocacy post for us?
Like for now, requested to her, you mean?
Yes, yes, because we have a tactic. Remember, what is one of our tactics to get snowballing advocacy? Does anybody remember? Or do we need to put a frame here? Maybe we need to put a frame here. Okay, over here. What is one of the ways that we can get more and more advocates really, really quickly? I'll put it in this frame here.
Uh, which one do you mean?
Okay, it's a tactic. It's a tactic to increase your advocates. Once you have one advocate, you can get 10. What tactic is that called?
Is it the
Ah,
bandwagon effect?
Thank you, Cindy. Yes, it is the
oh yeah.
bandwagon effect. Okay. So why don't we do this then, Cindy? Why don't you go to Lexi and say, hey, look, Josephine was really happy to actually post something about the BVE talk, and I noticed that you liked it. Would you be happy to post something? And we'd be happy here at Bukit Vista to support you, right? With that. And, our employees will like it too. So you can get your second advocate after you get your first by engaging the bandwagon effect by saying, hey, look, would you be kind enough to post? Now, you know that Laxi is probably an advocate because you can see on her LinkedIn banner, she is advocating her cause, her women in tourism society, right? So we can leverage that. So that is then how you can expand your advocacy to the next level. Now, Cindy, what should you do now?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, all right. So once again, that's how we can deepen the advocacy there and get that steamrolling effect going. All right, let's take a look at the next piece of content that we have. Oh, wow. Okay, all the pieces started loading. So, oh, wow, that's hilarious. Hanson. Oh, wow, that's what Hanson looks like. Okay, I've only seen Hanson this side. I've never seen the rest of him. Okay, fantastic. So, Hanson's story. Where should I put Hanson's story? Oh my God, this thing is a beast. This thing's a beast. How much time do we have? Okay, we do have time. We have time for maybe 2 or 3 more. Um, where should I put Hanson's story, Cindy? Should I put it on distribution or getting the story?
I think it's distribution.
Okay, all right, distribution. So we distributed it on Journey at BV. And okay, what can you tell me about this, Cindy?
Yeah, Hansen distributed on his Instagram first, and then we repost.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Funny, funny, funny. Okay, all right. Click the link on Hanson's story. Okay. So anything else we can do? Bandwagon effect? Any opportunities for getting the snowball rolling on that one? Part of our program.
Yeah, is it a part of our program?
I
Yeah.
see. Okay. All right. So that's fine then. How about this? Let's go to this particular idea. In addition to the bandwagon effect, there's also the upstream effect. Let's go. Where do we find Hanson? Do you know, Cindy?
Like in his social media.
No, no. How did Hanson become aware of Bukit Vista?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I
that's a
think I
good
should
question.
check the Trello. Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
I believe that he's from ITS though. So,
oh,
and we have a lot of ITS students as well. So that's quite possible. Like, who's the other one? Nadifa was also from
Diva,
ITS.
Diva.
okay,
Yeah.
excellent. So does ETS know that our graduates are graduating from Bukit Vista?
Well, I hope so because like they supposed to post it in their Instagram, right? Nadifa do it in her own personal Instagram as well as Hansen. But I don't think that we have that uh, idea whether their audience actually are ITS people and whether they are all aware officially. Yeah.
That's right. So, what you can do, this is really effective. Remember, students who are approaching an internship program from the same direction as Hansen and Jifa, they probably would feel stronger about joining the Bukit Vista program if they saw a senior or a person from them graduate, right? That would definitely make me feel a lot more confident. At least I would be brand aware about Bukit Vista because I could then see that somebody else from my school had gone there. Okay. So that's the correct location to post in addition to their friends and everything, but that's the sweet spot because that's the spot that then inspires the next person down the line to then become the next Hanson, the next Sandifa here. Okay. So in terms of distribution, don't forget this is called upstream, right? So you want to close the circuit. You don't want to forget that wherever we found the person is the place where we should always go and distribute. It's a win-win-win. The institution likes it because they see that there's successful candidates here, so we can trust Bukit Vista, of course, and send them more interns. The future intern likes it because now they know it's kind of a safe bet, and it looks like my predecessor has done well. And then the person likes it because now they look good in front of their classmates and also their university. So it's a triple win there. So don't forget, whenever you distribute, always remember to upstream. Go back to the source where we found the person and make sure that that source sees it. Bila, you remember back when we were doing the intern graduation presentations, right? We would always invite the teachers and faculty from the internship program to watch the intern graduation presentation. Um, I don't know if that happened actually for you. Bila, did that happen during your IGP?
For my IGP, no, because my IGP wasn't my internship wasn't for school purpose, so it's not
Oh,
credit bearing. So it's
oh, I
just
see. Okay.
me trying things. Yeah.
Okay, but as much as possible, ladies, think about that, right? So this works for every type of situation. If it's a guest, go back to the place where guests discover you. Okay, say for example, like this: guests discover us on Airbnb. Okay, they go ahead and book the property. This goes back to the Instagram thing. Where should we show that picture of a happy guest in one of our properties? Maybe back on the Airbnb listing, right? Because then future guests will see it. They'll go, oh, okay, this cool French girl came. I'm a cool French girl. I belong here, right? This is a place where I'm going to be happy. And so that's essentially the idea of upstreaming. Don't forget, it kind of helps the positive feedback cycle work more and more towards your favor. Okay, and you get easy points by winning that one, upstreaming. Okay, that's that on Hanson's story. So let's go over to who is responsible for that? Was that Cindy or Bila?
Which one's that?
Hanson's story on Instagram, was that Cindy? Okay, that's Cindy again. Cindy.
Me.
Okay, Cindy, is there a way to get this over to ETS or tag ETS on it or ask ETS if they would consider publishing or reposting the story?
Yeah, I guess it will. I guess it can work. I can try.
Right, because you can use the journey at BV, and if ETS likes you, then that would also be a good follower to have as well, right? That's how you hustle an Instagram account. So, lady, remember, this is also super, super important. Let me ask Bila, is Instagram a tool or is Instagram the engine? Is Instagram a tool or is Instagram an engine? Actually, it could be.
An engine.
Okay. Well, an engine means it will take care of itself if you don't do anything about it, right?
Ah, yeah, kinda in a way, but no, I think now it's a tool then.
Right, right. Cindy, what do you think? Is Instagram a tool or is it an engine? Or is it like an autopilot thing?
I think for now it's a tool because we still also need effort from our side.
Give me a second here.
I think for now it's a tool because we still need effort to improve our Instagram.
Correct, correct. So Instagram is a networking tool, just like LinkedIn, just like, every social media profile. How much engagement you do to other powerful influencers will bring more influence to yourself. It doesn't work automatically all the time, unless, I mean, we had a huge boost with MBKM and directing our email list, I think, to the Instagram account. So that's kind of an exception. But most of the time, if you want Instagram to grow, you need to take the profile and actively petition and grab out at it. This is why I've always said, Cindy, it could be a good idea when you use LinkedIn to use your own profile. Otherwise, use my profile. You just strengthen my profile over time and not your own, right? So it's trade-off sometimes. I know sometimes we have goals and we want to, get things done quick. So that's that. But ultimately, strengthening the profile also requires engagement with people with similar profiles. So in this case, network with ETS, and ETS will help you get into the next cycle. All right, so that's pretty cool. Let's go and just check out one more story, and then I think we can be done. This one I thought is pretty funny. This one is Ray White. This one I don't even know where we can put it. Let's just put it in maybe Maintaining the Advocate. Okay, this is pretty cute. Ray White here is in some ways they're a competitor. They're a real estate agent. They sell property. Okay, which is actually pretty interesting if you think about it. Okay. Oh, I just got a brilliant idea. I'm just brilliant idea. But Ray White finds it important to use Bukit Vista 3 times, actually. Do you guys like that? Bukit Vista Ungasan, Bukit Vista, and BV Hidden Gems. It's unfortunate that they don't get that many likes on it, but they did try hard, though. Okay, what can we do with this? Let's go to Cindy. How is this valuable? What can we do with this?
I think they think that our hashtag Bukit Vista is powerful, and probably they think that we get many inquiries from hashtags. That's why they also tried it.
Okay, so
And
they're trying to divert some of that Bukit Vista love over to their own side. Yeah, so they're a bit of like a pirate in a way. Right? They're trying to steal some of our influence. Bila, what do you see there?
Yeah, I kind of also think that way. If we see also the amount of hashtag that they use
Huh?
a lot of hashtag there, right? So I
Right.
think they just try to use all of the audience and still in a way all of the audience as much as possible in this way because Bukit Vista is one of the great property manager
I guess so.
in Bali. They also use that as well.
I guess so. I guess we have more influence than they do now, which is actually pretty
Yeah.
surprising. But hey, look, check this out. The thing I saw here is if we ever need property, we can probably ask them, can I get this property, right? And start putting our guests in the they seem to be looking for guests, right? Or they're looking for a buyer. So that could be another kind of, I don't know, it can be an advocate, right? Somebody who we can potentially work with. All right. So anyway, I thought these are pretty fun exercises here. Just out of curiosity, I forgot to actually do a top level check before we began this. Um, Cindy, did we actually reach our wait, Bila, did we reach our advocacy SLA in the employee squad?
I think for this month, I'm not really sure for the whole month, yeah, but we believe that the few weeks, like out of 4 weeks, we achieved the SLA for 2 weeks. But I think for the entire month, I'm not really sure because it's percentage, right? Maybe Cindy
Okay,
can give more insight on it.
sure. Okay, Cindy, incite us.
yeah, because we have a few SLAs, we have a few SLA in advocacy. The two always achieve, and the two always did not achieve. The two that achieve is always the story that we distribute and the number of applicants from advocates, but the hires from advocate is still like mostly zero.
Oh, right. Okay, let's understand that better. Why do you think? Ah,
Mhm.
right, right. Excellent, Bila. Excellent. So, what do you think is the root cause then, Bila?
I think the one that is always achieved is because it's activity
Right.
where we have a control over it to achieve
Right.
it
Mhm.
instead of the result, right?
Right.
Meanwhile, the other one that is not achieved actually just reflect the result, right? It
Right.
means that there is something, I don't know, something wrong, whether it's with the SLA or with what we do. Because
Right.
if we see that over the months it's not achieved, then there's also maybe a problem with the SLA itself.
Okay. I don't think so. I think you were on the right track there by mentioning the activity. When you said
Mm.
that, I looked at the story and I realized what's wrong with the story. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this again, okay? So we get applicants, but we don't get any qualified applicants. Is that the case, right? We can't hire them. Let's take a look at Hanson's story, everyone. What is the problem with Hanson's story?
I think it's not quite showing in a way.
Correct. It doesn't show what he actually did. It just shows
Mm.
him graduating, right? Now, how is that supposed to attract people with calling? How is that supposed to attract people who are attracted to an interesting problem? You know what I'm saying? So, if you really want, let's say, to hire the best people, then you have to have interesting work for them. They can't be working on I don't know about you, but the common myth I hear in Indonesia is this: really smart people, they want to get hired in big companies or in the government, so they go there and then they do bullshit work for a few years. They don't get any real responsibilities. They just kind of get to fetch coffee or get lunch for the senior people, and they're not really put to any good use. So over time, they deteriorate. They like, and then they join a startup or something, right? But it's because they're following a brand. They don't know what the work is actually. Now, the smart people, the way that you attract them generally is you talk about the kind of work. I am building a rocket to put people on the moon. Do you want to help our species become an interplanetary species? All right. I am trying to organize all the world's information such that you can find it in one click. Would you help? Would you like to help educate the world? Okay. So that kind of work then attracts the kind of people that ultimately we're looking for, right? People with calling, people with that type of story. But the question is, are we telling that story, right? And then the other question is, does that story exist here? Now, I think that story does exist here because we see a lot of innovative work. We see work that's really powerful and changing, and we see people positively transform. But this story of Hansen, it doesn't talk about positive transformation, and it doesn't talk about their work. Of course, I think you're trying to get somebody to watch their IGP, right, Cindy? So that's the intention. But why? Why am I going to watch this? It should be watch my transformation story by watching this IBP, right? Or watch the story of how I was able to innovate in hospitality as an intern. So that part, I think, since it is 2 seconds anyways, that tagline needs to be there. And Cindy, if I may, that's one thing I see consistently that's missing when you advocate. You don't tell people why. You're like, hey, show up for the BVE talk. Well, why? Right? Why should I do it? Show up and learn something. Show up and support your team. That could be why. Show up and learn how to actually do your work better. Right? Show up and be enlightened by an expert. Those are all whys. So those need to be incorporated into the message so that's clear. Let's go to Bila. Bila, what do you think? What do you think about this particular case with Hansen? What can be done better?
I actually agree with what you said before, right? Because if we wait for them to open the YouTube, I think the likelihood of people clicking it is very low, especially because it's you have to go to the YouTube and then you have to watch like a 40 minutes video. But if we give something that can attract people, especially the people that we want, right? Like the one that interested in a very challenging project, for example, I think we need to show that challenging project. So it's a matter of copywriting
Right.
instead of that I've graduated from blah blah blah. Maybe you can add something at the highlight, just like
Right.
Mr. Jing said to you before, like I've made this blah 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 in Bukit Vista. Check out my IGP,
That's it.
something
That's
like
it.
that.
That's excellent. So, Cindy, it's a little bit like this. The analogy I'll pose is, what if you went to see a sporting event and you just came and saw the medal ceremony at the end? You didn't actually see the event. It's not that meaningful, right? It's like, okay, this team won over the other team, but why did they win? What was the heroic moment in the game? So, if you think of I don't know how often you guys watch sports, but I only recently started watching. But usually, sports updates they show the result, right? This team won, but they also show the highlight. They show what was the heroic moment in that game. What was the who were the heroes in that game, and they show all the pieces. Now, if you tell the story like that, Cindy, if you tell the hero was Hansen on day one, this is what Hansen invented. This is what Hansen, had his big moment of positive transformation, right? Here are the people who love Hansen, right? Here's all the people saying goodbye to Hansen on his last day of being an intern. So then that story becomes powerful. Okay, that story becomes something that people go, yeah, I want that. I want to feel that way at the end of my internship because all I did was fetch coffee and get nasi telur, right? So that is then the contrast that you want to show. You like that? Yeah. I got that story from one of our interns actually. He said, Bukit Vista interns are different. Most ones I just get. Okay, cool. All right. Somebody has joined us very late. Charisma, what happened? We don't start meetings at the end. We start meetings at the beginning. Anyway, okay, let's continue. So I think we found the root cause, everyone, for why our SLAs are not being achieved. Okay, let's go over to Cindy. Cindy, do you think that could be the root cause now? Our story isn't compelling enough.
Yeah, it can be one, but uh, in this graduate's post, we have two channels, right? Instagram and LinkedIn. And in LinkedIn, the standard should be there showing their like their transformations.
Okay.
But I do not know how to show their transformation in just one Instagram post because it's very limited. But in LinkedIn, it's more
Slide.
professional. And
You can use a
sorry,
carousel, right?
you sorry.
You can use a carousel on LinkedIn. Am I correct, Cindy? You can use a sequence of, let's
Oh,
say, 5 pictures.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Maybe you can start with that.
it can be. Mm.
Right. You can
Okay.
show it's like yeah, you know what it is, Cindy? Everyone at Bukit Vista already knows how to do it. It's like when you go on all hands and you present a story, yeah, like our headline to the news, or look, everybody, we already know how to do it on the all hands. When you get selected to be a host, it's the host story, right? What did this person do that inspires delight? What core values did they represent? It's already there. So you can follow the similar format. You can do it on LinkedIn using a carousel. You can do it on Instagram using a carousel. You can make a story, like a video story in those frames. Frame 1. This is where Hansen began. This is how Hansen felt on his first week. This is what Hansen did, with his team. This is Hansen's creation. This is Hansen's effect on transforming people's lives. This is Hansen at his farewell. This is Hansen with his graduation, certificate. So then people can understand his transformation in 6 frames or however many frames. Okay, and then tell it through the lens of a crucible, okay? Or tell it through the lens of a clock. Hansen, how did Hansen transform himself in a short period of only 2.5 months, right? Hansen, at the very beginning, didn't have any experience or any knowledge about the hospitality industry. And in 2 months, he was able to transform the lives of 10 property owners. Click next to find how he was able to do that, right? Tag and then tell that story, right? That becomes a clock story. So as long as we frame it that way, I think it becomes really interesting and people want to read it. Okay? Make sense, Cindy? Yeah. Exit interview. Yeah, that's right. That's all good information. Exit interview during the thing. Just get their frames. Like we're reporters in a way. We need to extract the story. We need to figure out, all right, what happened first? How did you feel? And a lot of times, guess what? It's already in their IGP, right? You can just probably screenshot the IGP and format it for whatever platform, LinkedIn or Instagram, that you want to share on. Okay, so Cindy, the story quality, but also where you distribute it. Make sure you upstream again, because if you don't upstream, you're just relying on the quality of that person's social network. Maybe their friends won't be a good fit here. Okay, but I can probably guess that the university is a bigger pool of people where you're going to find like-minded talent. Okay, like similar talent. Okay, even at any other place. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's ask ourselves the question before we end the chapter discussion today. Cindy Billa, do you think that by focusing on where we distribute, particularly making sure that we always distribute at the source where we found a person, and then making sure the stories are compelling and show the transformation of the person and their innovations, we will be able to achieve our SLAs that we're missing?
Yeah, I think we would be able to,
Okay.
as well as combine it with selecting the correct advocate as well as the correct target, I think. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Let's give that a shot then. So you guys can go back to your squad and see if it works out better. Let's go to Cindy. Cindy, feel free to step on toes. What do you think? Do you think that based on what Bila has reiterated, will that help us achieve our SLA goals?
Yeah, I think I will give it a shot since I also haven't tried it. So yeah, we'll try.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, all right. Charisma, I understand you have a lecture, but next time, just inform us ahead. Wait, let me actually check the calendar. Let's see if Charisma actually informed us ahead. I should double check. And she did. Okay, yes, I do see that Charisma did inform us. So, okay. Charisma, what I'll do is I'll upload this in the Slack channel, and please have a look. We actually came and we discovered quite a few good key points today. Charisma, question. Did you achieve your SLA target for this week in your squad?
I'm pretty sure I did for this week. I think I did, sir.
Okay. Which squad are you on? Guest, partner, or employee?
Employee.
Okay, then you're wrong because they just told Cindy and Bila just told me that you guys got 2 out of 4.
Oh,
Oh,
it's probably my.
let's do
Oh,
again.
it's my monthly.
All right.
Probably it's my monthly.
Okay. Okay. All right. Definitely know your stuff before you report it. Okay. As a leader, I
Okay.
definitely appreciate it better if you can give me accurate information about whether or not you're achieving your goals. Okay. That would help trust too as well. Okay, everyone, thank you for coming in today. Charisma, you can watch this afterwards. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.